Hello again, everybody. Between streams, I went ahead and got power over to that project over there. Haven't powered up the whole thing, but I got the parking lot powered up so that the the coal can be distributed. So let's go ahead and put a few things on the menu here. We're only going to need 3 of those, but we are going to need 1 of these. Oh, I think I already built it. And we already got the water extractors built. We are going to need 1 of these. 1 of these. And a constructor. You get some turbo motors and some steel pipes. I think I got some leftover turbo motors in here. Oh, I don't. Well, I'll be a monkey's uncle. I think I got some tickets. Let me buy some. Or I could just go with yeah, let's save the tickets because I know I'm gonna have to buy some more parts. I mean, I only need 12 plates per minute, man. So let's just go with a Mark II. Still need the steel pipes. All right. Okay. And all right, I think we're ready. Yep. Looking good. Go ahead and write for the supercomputer factory where the my tractor's parked. I mean, this biome has been developed quite a bit. A lot of infrastructure and roads and will support factories. Yeah, I finished running the power and everything. That was an ordeal. Even harder was the uh, getting that conveyor belt all the way over there, man. Oof. I definitely should have just done a train. But when you're already this deep in, it's tough to change tactics on the fly. It's a long drive. Well, you know what? I didn't turn on the sound. You can't even hear me driving. There it goes. Okay. It takes 8 minutes to get all the way out here, which I guess realistically just shows how fast the travel infrastructure is, but we get used to getting everywhere within like a minute and 40 seconds. So I've been using the nuclear waste pad to refuel that. Alright, so neither one of these have been set yet, so sorry. Go ahead and do that piping too, or the belting. Alright. It sure is dark out here. Let's see here. Probably gonna need to bring a power line with me. Aha. That's what it needs. That's it. It actually does like a whole setup. I forgot about that. Yep. Alrighty. And so that's that node. So we were going to use these three, I think. Yep. Well, it doesn't look like it wants to grab that one. Oh, it's a little bit too high. Alright, let's pull these back. There we go. It won't let me pick it up. Oh, come on, man. Jeez. I don't need any of it. It's just in the way. Alright, and then this, and that. Hey, there you go. That direction there. Okay. So then what we want to do is have 3 of these guys set up. 1 for each. Oh yeah, I should check and see what the output is on it. 120 per minute. Yeah, they're all putting off way more than we need, because I think he only needs 48 per minute. Yep. Yep, perfect. Okay. We're going to just set it up right here. You know what? I'm going to adjust these. Yep, they filled up fast. No surprise at all. Okay, so the one right there is in the center. So let's see if we can get it all the way over here. so it doesn't clip the pipe, but chances are we're not going to need it. Alright, so let's connect these boys up. Nope. Yeah, it needs to be back just a little. There. I think right about there, maybe. Yeah, right there. Then we can get them lined up again. And so then this one most likely is going to have to do the same. And up to. Huh, that's pretty cool. That's cool. Got like all these connections and stuff all stacked up. Try to keep the pipes organized. Okay. This one, let's go with the noodle. Beautiful. Okay. And then noodle is already put in. And look at that. You know what? I know what to do. This one's going to follow a slightly different path. We're going to put it over here. Right there. Okay. And then over here, we're going to put it right back where the second one was. Hell yeah. And there you go. Paint these suckers up gray. Yep. Gray is the color I decided on for the nitrogen gas. Not because it is gray, but because I hadn't used that color yet, and we need to have them color coded so I can remember which pipes are which when I'm over here trying to troubleshoot, which will definitely happen. You know, I have had a few factories start up without a hitch, uh, but I am not expecting that with this one. Not at all. All right. All right. I suppose this is as good a place as any to start the power up. So we'll go ahead and yeah, do it from here actually, like right up here on this little platform. There you go. I really like that setup for a Switch, man. Looks very clean and tidy. Alright. So normally I don't do the power until I've done all the belting, but um, since part of the belting is from stuff that's not here yet, I'm gonna go ahead and do the power first. And we're gonna see what I can do about these here. See if I can come up with something to distribute the power around here more neatly, so it's not all, you know, shitty looking. Yeah, that'll probably work. Oh, shit, that was not supposed to happen. What are you doing? Oh, yeah, that's what you need to do. Alright, so that's that. I'm gonna put like a little deal there. Connect it up there. So then when you attach power there, it will light up all three of these guys. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna do something similar here too. So let's cap that. Yep, we got it capped. Good. Alrighty. Cap on the end there. change build mode to diagonal. Oop. Right about there. Put one right there on the end. Default. Yeah, there we go. That's how we want that. Oh, come on, man. I stepped in the only spot with no footing. Man, that is something else. That's really cool. Alright. So all them is wired up. Oh, you know what? One thing we forgot to wire up? The water. Okay, well from this one we're probably just going to put a power pole like right about there. I'll wire that up to him. This one though, he can just get one right from the pole. Okay, see if I can cap that and bring it down. Ooh, right over that pipe. Oh, we'll just move it this way then. I'll bring it down somewhere else. Just makes it look like it's got support and stuff, you know. Yeah, that's probably pointless. Okay, let's trim that. We'll do like a diagonal. right there. Come on, man. Who the hell would be trying to build a steel pipe straight up in the air? I mean, if I'm pointing that way, why is it going any way but the way I'm pointing? I don't understand. Okay. That's pretty good. that water extractor there is probably getting turned off once this area is primed, because these guys make a waste product of water that when it's combined, it will be enough to keep these guys running. So I'm hoping with my my uh, you know valves that prevent the backsplashing that it'll be able to do it. Like, you just have to open this valve here once the whole thing's primed, and all the water that'll be flowing out of there should be enough to keep these three running. So we just have to have enough water to prime the line and get those guys running so that they can feed this guy, and then once he starts making the non-fissile uranium, the byproduct is regular water, which can then be used over there. All right, so let's get these guys powered up. Okay, perfect timing for a autosave. Wonder how high up I'll be. Yep, probably high enough to hurt myself when I land. Okay. Now, all those machines are all receiving a power line. I was going to say they're receiving power, but they're not because the switch is off. But yeah, we're going to have to, let's see. Yeah, let's put one of those right through this. Put one right there. We'll just go that, and Let's see if we can get power to it from the other side, because I really don't want anything obstructing this, because you know it looks really, really cool. Yeah, there you go, right there. There you go. Alright, the whole place is wired up. Now we can start the belting. We'll get these two belted first. Sulfur, then nuclear waste. Then I'll go set up the iron project and figure out how to get that to those 3 machines there. Do they have 2 material inputs? Oh no, the nuclear waste goes over there. They do have 2 material inputs, but it's only getting 1. It's getting 2 liquid, well, 1 gas, 1 liquid, same type of input, and then 1 material, which is the iron plates, for some stupid fucking reason. Doesn't it also seem like all of the recipes that are available to the refineries should also be available to the blenders? Because, you know, you would just be using 1 material in and 1 liquid in. And then you could, like, double up that recipe. You know, just feed both inputs the same thing and both liquid inputs the same thing. Like if you were going to make a acid, sulfuric acid, for instance, you would feed sulfur into both material inputs and liquid or water into both liquid inputs. That'd be pretty cool. It'd be like overclocking without overclocking. Alright, so first we'll do the sulfur, because I don't want to get the belts confused. I should check this before I use the Mark III belt, but let me see if it'll let me do this, because I think if you line up the hole down here, I saw Jack Blade say that it will go from a hole to a hole, but I'm wondering about that. Oh well, let's see. So I need a hole right there for it to... I'm so sorry. There you go. Look at that. I love that. Okay, oh, actually I want to remove that. Have it come all the way down to the ground. Yep, perfect. So that be sulfur. Let's do the walls. it's just like, you know, hanging out on the... There you go. Yeah, that's a pretty nice little belt there. That goes all the way up. I love that. See if we can get it to work with this one too. May not have to though, because I think it's over the... Yeah, it's over that, so it's going to be coming down and then going out and then coming down again, so... Yeah, like right about there. Okay. Let's go ahead and build some foundation there. God, man, it's so annoying. I think there might be enough room. Yeah, there is. Beautiful. So it won't get the full effect, but I can still do it. Let's see if I get lined up. And then down beneath me. Right there. Oh yeah, that's not exactly right. No, that doesn't look very cool. Maybe it needs to go back one. Yeah, it went up to one. Yeah, I think I had it. Yeah, that's it. I don't know if I heard it click like that at this one. I have to play around with it a minute. Make sure it's in there correctly. It's definitely lined up, so that's good, but... There we go. Oh shit. Out of belts. Well, we definitely got to remedy that, so... Okay. Head back and get some more parts. Still, though. Got a lot done. One trip out here. And look at that. So many pipes and liquids and gases just moving all around. We haven't even added in the solids yet. Yeah, that's because I ran the nitric acid first, so it moved on the ground level. So then I moved the sulfuric acid up one, so that it could move above the nitric acid pipes. So sulfuric acid comes in from slightly above, and the gas, it's I mean, there's only one of them that even had to move up, right? Like this one had to move up, but the others are moving straight across to get to that one level up place, and then yeah, and they just all feed into the backs here, so it's getting its nitrogen gas. Yeah, this is a pretty cool looking little project, I have to say. I can definitely see how people end up with, like, just dozens and dozens of pipes moving around. Like if I built this like a building, so then you had like several buildings or several machines on different levels, and pipes moving up and down between the floors, gas moving up, acid moving down. You could turn it into a whole like super building, Yeah. No one needed any silica or anything like that down here, did they? I don't think so. He does. He needs silica. That's right. Yeah. So once I'm doing the this floor, I'll have to attach another drone bay and have them bring in some silica. But and we've already got a silica project set up, so it's not as big of a deal to remember it this late in, but it's still a pain in the ass because I mean that is a lot of drones, man. All right. Well, still very impressive though. Are they using an alternate recipe, or are they using the baseline recipe? I think he's using the baseline recipe, which is why it ended up needing the silica. Yeah, yeah, it's a vanilla recipe. Because I could have used that one, but then you have to mix uranium in with it. So then you don't need silica, but you need uranium. So, you know, I mean, it wouldn't have been impossible to do, but and I think it would have created less water too. No, it creates more water. Yeah, look at that, 32 per minute. So imagine trying to figure out how to deal with all that. I mean, this is producing 12 per minute. It's 15 if I run it at 100%. It's lower because I downclocked it. But all right, let's go get some more iron or steel beams. It's crazy, man. I mean, I just can't believe how big this project is. For such a small amount of power. God. Of course, now that you see what happens with the waste, ultimately, the whole thing makes a lot more sense, right? So I mean, because it's not just a power project; you're also making certain materials that you're going to use in other construction projects later. So for now, it's just a power project. I just was doing this so I could, get an idea of what the complexity of setting one up was going to be like. And now I see that, yeah, you'd be better off trying to do this in one location, even if you did have to bring in um, the nitric acid packed up, because it's just it requires too many drones otherwise. And I'm going to remember that for the 1.0 playthrough. Because, you know, drones are fine. They're great. In fact, they're my favorite logistics other than cars. I like, you know, cars and drones are my two favorites. But you're going to have to use trains, and a lot more trains. In fact, I think that it's going to basically be a cornerstone of how you develop, because uh, it's the way that makes the most sense to move power between biomes. You know, I mean, in fact, that's how I got uh, power out here, was through that rail that's hooked up to the turbo fuel factory. You know, is well, I got power to that factory out from the desert, and then spread it with power poles from there. The big increased power infrastructure. Definitely going to come up with a new blueprint for the hypertube cannons. I hope the physics works the same in 1.0, so that the hypertube cannons still work. Yeah, it makes a lot more sense to like do all of the processing on site. Like, you know, wherever you set up your nuclear power plants, that's where you want the fuel rods to be made. That's where you want the the waste to be processed, and yeah, all of that. You know, and then from there, you know, in the advanced part of the 1.0 playthrough, you know, if you want to have the plutonium rods flown somewhere else, well, that makes perfect sense at that point, because it's going to need an entirely different infrastructure to process them. They're not, you know, it makes no sense to try and build the infrastructure for dealing with two different types of atomic waste at the same facility. I mean, that would be outrageous. It would be so intensive. Yeah, that looks good. Let's see who's messaging me here. You know, it's so annoying when my phone does that. Okay. Well, shit, fire and apple butter. I think we got enough iron steel beams, right? Seems like it. Yeah, maybe I'll grab 2 more stacks. Sure are using a lot of steel, ain't you? Yeah, I think that's enough for the. That's the other thing I forgot to check. I should have checked while I was over there, and make sure that the sulfur demands are adequate. There's the supercomputer factory. With the increasing complexity of its roof. Magnetic control rod super supply. That's probably all it's going to do. I can drive on whatever side of the road I want when I'm the only one on the road. Ain't no trucks coming yet. This whole freaking desert ended up covered in concrete. The supercomputer factory was pretty expansive as well, just to make 3 supercomputers per minute. I mean, there's guys that are making like 15 and 20 a minute. That's insane. That's such a huge. Of course, if you've got an adequate train set up, you can bring in all the materials you need by train and facilitate all of that. I wonder if there's going to be any alternate recipes for the supercomputer. They said that the supercomputer is no longer going to be a component of the programmable splitter either. They haven't said what is. I assume it will be computers, which makes them already more available. I mean, that helps massively in belt logistics. There's lots of stuff that I would have changed about some of my factories, if I had computers, if I could have made programmable splitters. Alright. I probably should build like a way down over here. Like, maybe just a little, Let's go over that way with it, so that we're not going to be in the way of any of the belt logistics. There you go. Oh, it didn't go all the way down. Isn't that a pain? I'm like one foot. Oh, well. Yeah, well, I don't think that this one is actually lined up with the road. And the road is lined up with the supercomputer factory, and is also not lined up to the world grid, as we found out when I tried to put the roof on that place. It is close, but it is not on the grid for sure, as stuff is not clicking or clipping correctly. Yeah, this is what I needed to check on. I wanted to see how much sulfur these guys actually need. 12 per minute. 36 for the lot of them. Yeah, this is such a small operation, but it just seems crazy to me. Like, for all the small amounts of different fluids you need and everything, you still needed so many different types of objects. Yeah, we're gonna. Yep. I wonder if I can bring it back this way and keep it out of the way of the other stuff, because you know. Yeah, this would work. What's going on up there? Oh, I guess it's just because it's too close to the machine or something, but it still gets clearance. Yep, good. Alright. Clip, clip, clip. Doing good, doing good. Conveyor splitter. Right there. Nope. Not quite. Oh my god, man. Yep, there you go. Then this one will be a Mark 1 belt. Okay, bring down that sulfur. And that saves me from having to worry about how the other two are going to interact with it, because I won't have three materials all go in the same direction. It going off on its own like this was kind of a good strategy. Separates out some of the other logistics so that you don't have too many belts trying to compete for space. Yep, we got it, and away we go. Oh my goodness. It's going, going, going. Belt logistics are so much easier than fluid logistics, man. Oh. Oh, that went crooked. How'd that happen? Oh, it's because it's not centered on the... I thought I had it centered. Did I move it? Yeah, that's what happened. I did have it centered. I was like, I thought it was centered. Why was it not centered anymore? Yeah. You went offline. There you go. Sulfur is distributed. All right. Yeah, so then these guys should need like 30 per minute. So then we want another load balanced system here, right? Yep, 30 per minute. Which will take a bit because, you know, in the beginning, all the reactors aren't even going to be running, right? So I think I'm going to be hanging out around here a lot trying to get everything to balance. Oh, that's beautiful. Okay. So then this one, we're gonna try to leave some space because I know that the iron plates have to come down here too, but I'm not overly concerned with them. Yeah, let's do it like right here. Ah. Yeah, that way I leave a lane in the middle there. So for a brief time, the nuclear waste and the sulfur will be side by side. Yeah, I mean, I don't even know where the iron plates are going to come in from because they actually might be coming in from that side over there because it's still pretty low on that side. So I might end up having them come in on that side. Alright, let's get these guys load balanced as well. Yep, didn't quite get far enough over because that's perfect. Okay, so we want one more. Yep. Phew. And they need silica on top of it. Oh God. Okay, so let's have these come back some then, because the silica is going to need room for its own path. So I keep forgetting about the silica. Think that'll do it. Okay. All right. So that is all the waste put in. Do I have enough in? Do I have enough to build one? I do not. God, man, I have to go back and get some more again. But before I do that, we'll go ahead and do the plates. So let's get the. I can't believe I forgot about the silica. Oof, scary. Imagine if I had flipped the switch and forgot about the silica. Oh my gosh. Ah, man, that would have been awful. Okay. So let's go. Yeah, put it like right about here. Conveyor splitter. Yeah, we'll put it like right there. There we go. That is good. You got it all spread out. All right, now we just bring in the nuclear waste. All right. That's all the nuclear waste. Load balanced into the machines that process it. Okay. Alright, so yep, we'll go do the iron plates now. And don't forget the silica. Oof. Man. right over there. Ah, jeez. Yeah, I remember. You know, that's why I was exploring those caves on Sunday, because I was trying to find a path from there over to the beach. And I think, oh god, man, these guys respawned already? I mean, I murdered them yesterday. Jeez. Oh, crap. I think I decided that this was probably the best path, because basically if you follow this along, it takes you right over to the front of the monsters over here. Sure enough, I see some. Nope. Oh, yeah. I think if you just bring it this direction, you end up like right above it. So then I could, like, you know, just lower it straight down onto the platform. Man, that is one crazy looking crazy looking facility down there, man. Okay, so yeah, that's gonna be the way we gotta do it. So I think if we come up on this landing up here and run that as a platform all the way out there, there won't be any changes to height. Yeah, there it is. Okay. Barrel nuts too. Alright, so if we, let's see, we'll put this down. Okay, and we only need 12 of them. Let's find out what it takes to do that. So before I do any clocking changes or anything, I'll foundations, go back to concrete. Alright. Ouch. Son bitch. There you go. Perfect. And that gets it onto... Excuse me, man. I don't know what's wrong with me today. Right there in the butt. Okay, and then we'll just wire this sucker up here. And I'll put this right about there. Instructors. And you will make iron plates. And we need, what do we say, 12? Yeah, we need 12. So it needs 18 iron ingots per minute. And so then it needs 18 iron ore per minute. Sheesh, I could have put down a fucking Mark 1 miner. Alright. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really have enough plates. Well, I probably do. I stuck some in the trunk of the tractor too. How many times are you gonna hit me with that? More monsters and shit. Nah, I ain't even gonna bother to change altitudes. It doesn't need to happen. It's fine. Just keep going. It's only one thing that will move the belt very slightly. And yeah, there we go. Okay. This is like comical. Oh shit, I'm out of concrete. Yep, guess I'm going back to concrete and iron plates. I gotta get iron plates so I can build the conveyor belt to bring the iron plates to my nuclear processing facility. Oh, that's wrong spot. Actually, yeah, it does need to be behind them. That does seem a little bit weird, though. Let's see. Alright. Head back. It looks crazy. It's like the last minute thing. But it's not even the last minute thing because I also need to put down another drone port for silica. Oh god. You guys are killing me. You're monsters, I tell you. Man, this is quite a drive. How many times have I said that? Whew. It looks like this last trip down there is probably going to finish that place up, though. So that's something. And still not doing as fast as I had hoped. I was hoping to be closing out this nuclear power plant today, but that does not appear to be in the cards because we still have to build the facility that will make the plutonium fuel rods and sink them, and then also actually set up the nuclear power plant. I mean, those things have one output and one input. Well, two inputs because it's got to have water too. But I'm gonna do a similar setup where they're not going to be on a manifold or anything. They're going to be load balanced. So I'm going to do them in groups of 3, 6 of them. And they're each going to get their own water extractor. So I'm going to do like 3 on one side and 3 on the other, and just run 3 pipes from each side. Each one gets one pipe overclocked to 50% to feed them exactly the water they need. I suspect that won't be an all-day project, but I don't think we're getting to it today. It'll probably be tomorrow. Uh-oh. Well, I can make a few, and then, I'm gonna sync this thing with this. So I need, oh no! So what is it we need to run? We need, encased industrial beams. We'll get those for you. And we'll just make some of our own. Oh my god, autosave. Stretching out every fucking scene, dude. Yeah, if I'm gonna make it there. Alright, so we'll just go these in. Get that thing up and running. I knew I should have refilled that thing last time. Oh, come on, man. Where's the mod frames? Oh, it needs screws and Some more of these. And some screws, just in case you need them for something. I don't even usually carry screws in my inventory because you very seldom use them. They're more often used in manufacturing than they are in building. Well, what am I going to run out of here? The pipes. Might be the pipes. Oh, no, the screws. Okay. Need more screws. Now let's see how many you picked out. 3. Alright, so we need 4. Oh, yeah, don't forget to get your iron plates while you're in here, because that was the other thing we were coming back for. Alright, let's go get some steel pipes while we're at it. Okay, that'll do it. Let's head on back over there and finish this puppy. Man, there are roads all over this desert, man. Man, they look nice and organized, but there's a lot of work to build this thing up. A lot of time. I mean, I think I'm up to like 300 or 400 hours in this playthrough. Which really ain't nothing for Satisfactory. I think my first playthrough was like 1,000 hours or something. Of course, I left it on when I went to bed and stuff, went to work. And once you get that renewable power, you can just leave it on overnight. And when you wake up the next day, you got all the parts you need to build anything you want, you know. So Alright, there we go. Okay, we'll go ahead and get this one done on this end, because this is the most annoying and most complicated part, I guess. Are you actually behind them? Because it doesn't even look like you are. Yeah, it looks like it. Man, that is high up as a motherfucker. Okay. Alright. See if we can do it. No, what are you doing? I told you where to put it, so put it there. Oh my god, I forgot to get concrete. Motherfucker! Alright, we're gonna finish this. I cannot believe I forgot concrete. Can't even put down the drone port without concrete. Can't believe that. I mean, I even went back for freaking steel pipes. I mean, I should have thought of being out of concrete, knowing that, you know, I had just been doing all that building. I mean, I built that path for the iron plates like in record time, so. See anybody in the chat? Nope. Alright, let's keep on going. But yeah, this playthrough, you know, I was really hoping to get the elevator parts well underway before 1.0 release, but I think I screwed myself. I should have gone with a train for that for this project. It would have made it so much easier to move stuff around and so much more material around. I mean, there's another quartz deposit like right over there, and it's a pure quartz deposit, so I could have made all the silica I needed. Just loaded it up in a train car. Yeah, spreading all this out like this, that's just not the way to do it. I mean, you can do it, obviously, right? It's going to happen. I'm going to have our facility up and running, but yeah, you really should try to centralize that stuff and use the logistics more to move the material around, like in bulk, rather than, you know, having a drone carry it here and there. I mean, that works, but it isn't very efficient in terms of energy usage either. It's like as I'm nearing the point where I'm getting closer to turning this thing on, I can see just how much energy is being used. I mean, each one of those drone ports is using 100 power, you know, and I mean, we're up to like 10 of them. I mean, that's a gigawatt, man. Like, wow. Can't believe I forgot concrete. I just haven't had to use it in a while because I finished that road in between streams, and so it just didn't even dawn on me to make sure I had more with me. We're going to try to do another stream later tonight too, so I'm hoping that on the next stream we'll be able to take a big chunk out of the plutonium processing area. Get that, like, you know, mainly done, and so then you know, the only thing I'll have to do tomorrow is finish that up and get the plant set up, and you know, hopefully we can turn this bitch on tomorrow. I was really hoping to get it on today, but there's just too many steps left. Yeah, we're already over 2 hours, but I don't think that there's that much left. Maybe 45 minutes tops to getting that place done. So it just seems stupid to save that for the next stream when there's still so many steps left to go. I'm gonna go ahead and borrow this one here. Get my momentum back up. It's also easier to come in for a landing from that one. The one in the Dune Desert, I think it's just much higher than, like, it seems like the Dune Desert's one of the higher points on the map, other than the Red Forest, obviously. I mean, the Red Forest is way up there, but it's close. I mean, it's close. Oh, what am I doing? Yeah. See, that thing gave me so much momentum, I almost made it all the way back to the site. I probably could have flown out there. Yes, basically what I was trying to do was to build another one of those super long conveyor belts all the way up to that, and just essentially just right down to where um, those guys need the plates, and then all I have to do is run the belt the rest of the way and hook it up to the top of that, and then that part's done. And then, of course, you know, putting down a drone port, part of the reason why so much of the infrastructure is done with drones is that it's easy logistics. You just pop it in and, you know, run the belt. And, you know, I left room intentionally on the other side of where the nuclear waste goes in, so silica can just come in on the other side. That's the problem with those vanilla recipes. They're always so sloppy like that. Like, why silica? Why do you need silica? You're already getting like 2 different kinds of acids and I'm sure that's something that the team over at Coffee Stain read in a Scientific American or something. They're like, oh yeah, silica, that's what we use. So it's like, they take liberties with some things that require processing. Like, obviously, the nuclear stuff is way overdone, in my opinion. Like, just how many steps it takes to process that shit. Whereas coal, you just dig it out of the ground and shove it into a coal plant. I mean, coal requires a lot of processing before you can put it into a coal plant. It's not, you don't just dig it out of the ground and shove it into a machine. It requires a lot too. They add mercury to it, and lots of other stuff. It's part of the reason why it's such a bad pollutant. Because you don't just throw it in there. I guess I didn't need to come up here. It's not really cutting any time off. I guess it will maybe help me see where it lines up better. It sure is hard to tell from the ground, that's for sure. Ain't even centered. I'm glad I came up here after all. Okay, trying to push a button and autosave decides what it's doing is far more important. Okay, so I think if we go like foundation, now I think that is lined up. So if we put that in there, what am I trying to do, man? They were hurry before they try to give me another autosave. Okay. And then come over here and you say, alright, I need a Mark 1 elevator to go from here. Oh, no. It clicked, but it was... I don't think that lined up. It sure did make a cool noise, though. think it's off. I can run over there and see how it's off, though. If I can just get up there. Made a cool noise going up there. The kind of thing that happens when you hear some metal flapping because it's stretched to its absolute maximum. Yeah, almost. Look at that shit. Almost. Alright, so I think if we move that one back just a tiny bit, which I think is exactly where it was. I think that's where I had it. And then I was like, that's not centered. I tore it off of there. Yep, there it goes. Beautiful. Okay. So now I can come under here and put like foundation 2, foundation 1. Ah, it's too high. Damn it. Alright, well, I'm gonna tear it down, but it's almost there. Just need to get rid of that one. Come on, autosave. God damn, man. Ugh. Can you even count how many times autosave has fucked up your belt work? I don't even know. I don't even know. That number would be so high. I just think it's up there though. Beautiful. Okay, and then this, we need to put like foundation 2, and foundation 1. Get rid of the 2, and that's that. Okay. So I'm gonna put this over there. Oh shit. Oh yeah, but that's okay. I think if we yeah, I think I need to put it up just a bit higher actually. That's okay. We'll do that. Okay. Yeah, because it needs to go above all those pipes. I should have been thinking, but foundation, down 2, down 1 more. Alright, now that should do it. Yeah. Okay. still not like clipping the pipes or anything. Yeah. You just want to make sure that it can hit the splitter, because we're going to load balance these, because it's such a low number that it would kind of suck if okay, so let's see, where's it at? This is the input, right? Yeah. I actually don't think it matters which input you put it in, because it's only getting one solid input. Okay, we got this one here, the right one. We'll try to do it on the same one on each. Yep. Yeah, oh god. All these liquids and shit, man. So I think this one, the splitter can go right here. So that should be the 12 coming down, 4, 4, and 4. Alright. Okay. Let's make this thing look like it's actually attached to something, so it's not just like floating in it. Doesn't have to look like it's super stable or anything, just like it's connected, that's all. Okay, so then that thing, it's connected by that belt. That belt's holding up that whole platform. This is coming in from heaven. Yeah, the second time I started over in Satisfactory, this was my starting location. That's how I was pretty sure that what the landscape is like over here. I remember finding that nitrogen deposit for the first time, nearly falling to my death off the back of that cliff over there, basically, yeah. You know what? Rather than trying to wire that all the way back to the base, I might just try to take it right. Wire too long, really? because I know that the parking lot is pretty close to here. Oh, you're kidding me. I am out of fucking... Okay, well, I will do that in between streams. Good fucking night, man. Can you believe that? I'm out of wire. Just always running out of something, man. Yeah, I mean, under the parking lot over there, there's a whole section that I can use to get the what am I trying to say? Where I can attach the power, basically. Yeah. Yeah, I would say in the future, trying to build near the nitrogen deposit for the purposes of making it, simpler. Like, that was the point. I thought, hey, rather than have a bunch of logistics to try to get that stuff out of there, why don't we just build on the deposit? Bring in what I need by road. Because in my mind, I was thinking, well, all I really need is nitric acid, and sulfuric acid. So if we build over there where the nitrogen is, I know there's plenty of water nearby. So that would make it so that happened. And I thought, yep, well, that's that. I already connected it, didn't I? Yep. There it is. There's the plates. Yay. Man, this place looks crazy. It's going to look even crazier once the materials start flowing in. Holy moly. But yeah, I'll wire that up between streams because I would rather the plates already be there because, like, they're coming in on a super slow belt and the consumption of them is so low anyway. It's like silly to... Yeah, so I'll connect them over to the part of this system that's like before the switch, like over here near the parking lot, because I think that's where that wire's coming in. And I've got, points under the, all these places under there. So even though it looks crazy getting over there, you'll never notice that. Besides never driving over here anyway, like what else is there to do other than watch the stuff be processed? It's such a remote location. That's why it takes me so long to drive out here. Oh. Drone port. I almost forgot. Can you believe that shit? After all that. Alright. So, I'm thinking, for the drone port, we're going to do like a landing pad like I've been doing at some of the other projects where it's just like, one spot. Like that. And you just kind of these 2-meter jobs. Because, you know, it's coming in at a different level, and you're trying to squeeze it in. So this one, it doesn't really have to be load balanced, because it's going to be bringing in so much. Oh, players in the way. Right, that's correct. Let's fly around and make sure it's lined up. It is not. Just go back 1, 2, and forward. That's not right. Okay. And so then it's going to get power line. Let's do a power line over here. Where's the power? There it is. Oh, look at that. That's perfect. I can just get that up. Oh, I can't. No, I'll have to do that when I get back to you. So we'll go ahead and belt it up. That's right, I'm out of freaking... Ah! Okay. Alright, calm down. Just do this part. Just do this part. How much does it need? 20 per minute. Man, what a bunch of horse crap. Can you believe that? I missed it. Why it wouldn't just quit, but I was trying to avoid putting it too close to them so that there was room for you know, a little bit of logistics up there if I need to, you know, which I will need to. Oh, shit. I did click right on. You know what? I'm going to redo that then. I didn't like that at all. Alright. So let's do like, where is the, okay, so yeah, that's the exit right there. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll put a splitter right here. And it will be a Mark III belt. Oh, come on, man. I was hoping to get it straight. I didn't think I actually would, but I did. I didn't think it would work, but it did. Oh boy, this is going to be ugly, though. Alright, get that one in there. This one. Yeah. since it's so many anyway. We'll just use a faster belt coming out this way. Mark 3. Yeah, that'll work. Yeah, so let's go like... And we'll put like a splitter here. There, splitter. Jesus Christ, man. Oh my God. Okay. And then this one is the Mark 3, so we'll go like that. Ah, God. There you go. That's a good one. Okay, and then this could be a Mark 1 belt, which will just go there, and then we'll put that right there. And we'll say, okay, this lines up with that there, right? That should do it, I think. Yes. Yes! It didn't look too helter-skelter, did it? I was getting a little tight there. Oh, well. Well, I almost forgot about the fucking silica. I can't believe it. After reminding myself explicitly not to forget about it, even put a drone port on the to-do list, and still almost forgot about that. So I just need to come back down here with some supplies to do some wiring, so I can wire up that drone port and that. But this project's done, so I feel at least like we did that on this stream, and between streams I will finish the wiring on it, and then we'll be able to get to work on the where the plutonium is coming in and what to do with that. So that'll be fun. Yeah, all in all, I would say that this has been a good. I mean, I'm glad that I did that now. Like I said, that the point of this playthrough in the end was to get practice, to learn how to build some of these more complex structures, these more complex logistics infrastructures, the supply chains and stuff. How to really facilitate that. And, you know, now I know everything that goes into making a nuclear power plant, and I would do it completely different, starting over. We're too far in now. I'm not going to rip the whole thing down and get a week till it comes out. I would rather get the plant up and running, so that I can see the kinds of things you run into once you turn one on. You know, the kinds of problems you have. I mean, I've checked and double checked my math, but there's going to be something I forgot to run power to, or a drone I forgot to give instructions to, or a pipe that wants to be wonky, and you're ready to forget about it. You know, all that kind of stuff is going to happen, no matter how many times you make sure your math is right. And so far, my math has been pretty on point. I mean, if you remember, we did have that one little instance. I ended up having to overclock the particle accelerator just to handle the load of material that's coming in. And again, this is not a big project. So for me to have to overclock that, it just shows you how many of those things you're going to have to build, really. I mean, I was wondering why I saw like, Unkibitz has like a field of those things, like literally dozens of them kicking off to process his. But I figured, yeah, but his plant, it produces 300,000 gigawatts or 300 gigawatts. I'm nowhere near that. Mine is like less than 1/10 of his. So I figured, the material requirements are going to be far less, but not as far less as you might think. Well, definitely much far less, but still quite complex, especially for your first nuclear power plant. Although I wouldn't say it's my first. I did do a nuclear power plant in another playthrough, but it I really just I didn't I mean first of all, I was just dumping the waste. I didn't have any system to process it, and that was basically how I ended the playthrough. Was just building a massive graveyard of containers linked together, and I oh no, oh, can you believe that didn't even hurt? How strange. But I also didn't know. I didn't know shit about what I was doing. So I was just like, oh, it needs a reinforced iron plate. So here's a conveyor belt. I'll split it off of this other machine and just run it right in. Because I wasn't really trying to match amounts at all. So I mean, I was over making some things and under making others, and machines were constantly going idle and coming back on when they would get the right amount of material. But I wasn't trying to balance anything. I was just trying to get the materials, and I got all the way to the end. I mean, I was making shit. I didn't get as far as the nuclear pasta on my first, but on my second playthrough, I didn't even bother with nuclear power. I was like, yeah, that's just too much. Let's just do lots of fuel power. And I still wasn't balancing anything. I mean, I was still just jamming the feed into the hole. But at any rate, I'm gonna call that a fairly successful string. We're done on that beach and ready to move on to the next stage, which is going to be taking place right here in this biome. I'm building it right over there, so I'll be doing some changes to how we get Caterium out of there, maybe upgrading the extractor to a Mark III so that it'll support another extraction, although I don't really think I need to. I mean, I was watching it last night before I went to bed. I was hanging out over there watching the tractor I already have pulling Caterium out of there, and he's barely putting a dent in the flow that's coming up as it is. So I don't even know if I need to bother with it, but we'll see. I mean, it's pulling out 240 per minute because it's a pure node, so, and it's Mark II minor. But this factory isn't really even barely using it because I'm using the recipe to get quick wire. I think I'm actually using the vanilla. It's just that I'm not consuming anywhere near as much quick wire as I'm making, so I'm just not even. This is actually a pretty low production facility. It's only so big because it's making so many different items. And it's using all old belts, so that required more splitters, more belts. But yeah, I mean, as you can see, I've got a lot of stuff that I'm making here, and some of it I'm doing with alternate recipes. So I did have a few in place when I made it, but yeah. At any rate, we'll get right back to it. Let's say 10 o'clock. I'll be back. So that's in 4 hours, little less than 4 hours, and we're gonna try to put as big a dent in the plutonium processing center as I possibly can. We'll see, what materials I need to make that happen, and what we can do to facilitate it. But in the meantime, thank you all for stopping by, and Hope to see you again tonight. See you later, alligator.